So you want to live in Seattle, but you don't want to be stuck in the wrong neighborhood. Maybe you're wondering where the fun spots are. Where can I have a peaceful and safe life and also walk to coffee, that perfect urban blend, right? Where do people like me end up living? Well, in this video, I'm breaking down Seattle's coolest neighborhoods from someone that's not very cool, but I know where the indie art scenes are. I know the family-friendly havens. And I really want you to find your vibe before you move. I'm Emily Cressey. I'm a realtor, and I help families relocating from out of state. I want you to find the right neighborhood and the right home without overpaying or compromising on your lifestyle. So first, we're going to talk about Ballard. This is where my sister moved after she graduated from law school at the UW. Ballard has brew pubs, boats, old school cool. It is one of those neighborhoods where you will find a yoga studio next to a record shop across the street from a Scandinavian museum. It used to be a blue-collar fishing hub, but it has totally changed. They are taking down all of the old little cottages and putting up a lot of townhomes. So you've got artisan bakeries, high density. There's rooftop apartments. Well, there's townhomes with rooftop decks, I guess I should say. There are bars on the rooftop with like artisanal honey and their own hives and everything like that. There are tech workers here who bike to Google. You can take the bus. You can live in a modern condo above the shops. You can snag an older bungalow that hasn't been knocked down yet. It maybe has a backyard, and walk to Ballard's Farmers Market every Sunday. It's really popular with professionals due to its proximity to downtown Seattle via bus. Foodies love it there, and folks who want walkability without being in the downtown Seattle chaos. It's a Ballard downtown, right? Some people call it Berkeley by the Bay if Berkeley had better coffee. It's our version of that, and it's a very, it's kind of a village within Seattle. It's a little bit isolated. It's a little bit far from I-5. It's a little bit closer to Puget Sound. So it's kind of a community to itself. We had a friend who grew up there who always said, if you can't find it in Ballard, you don't need it anyway. Okay, next we're going to talk about Green Lake, which was one of my favorite places to go when I was a kid. My parents used to always take me to walk around the lake or bike around the lake in the summer. So Green Lake is where fitness meets family vibes. You will find joggers, strollers, and dogs circling the 2.8-mile Green Lake Loop at all hours of the day. There used to be this old guy that would go around wearing a sandwich board. I think he walked probably 10 miles a day just looping the lake, and he would say, you can speak Spanish with me and have a Spanish lesson for $10 an hour. And instead of having it at an office, he just had it walk with me at the lake and speak Spanish. I mean, amazing retirement business model. I was really obsessed with dogs when I was a kid. So I read all like the dog encyclopedias of all the breeds. And then at Green Lake, I would really have a good time, like figuring out what types of dog breeds everybody had. There are roller skaters, roller bladers, and now they've put in a separate loop that's on the road outside the lake for biking. So there's less of that feeling of getting run over by bikes if you're just there walking. Anyway, Green Lake as a destination for people in the neighborhood and from all surrounding areas is huge. You can swim. There are lifeguards in the summer. There's a wading pool that they fill up and drain with water for little kids in the summer too. And then I know people that go swimming year round. They wear a wetsuit. It's like for their health. They swim in the lake year round as well. So if you like Green Lake, finding a place near there is a really fun idea. This is kind of the sweet spot for people who want city access. It's about 70th is the cross street for this. But you're not going to have it's family friendly. It's the huge park is the centerpiece, little shops around there, ice cream, chocolate, coffee, those types of things. And there's a strong neighborhood feel. A lot of people walking through the neighborhood, jogging stores, bicycling stores, pickleball courts, basketball courts, and it has great access to I-5. Let's see, the housing in this area I would say is mixed. You have the older classic craftsman homes, some of which have been converted into multifamily. You have newer construction, some well-placed condos, and some really magnificent, like $3 million mansions overlooking the lake. When I go there, I see a lot of young families, a lot of moms in yoga pants and strollers. It would be great for a remote worker. You could get out there and exercise. I see a lot of people from UW jogging there. I see the Blanchette cross country team going through there. If you want to live in a place where you can tie on your running shoes and go out and have a great workout at any time, this is a really good spot. It's also pretty bicycle friendly, so there are a lot of fitness oriented people in this area. Okay, let's talk about Fremont, the center of the universe, also known as where my office is located. Fremont honestly does claim to be the center of the universe, though, and honestly, it kind of feels like it is. There's a troll under the bridge. There's a statue of Lenin wearing a Hawaiian shirt, and there are more tech company logos than you would expect from such a small, quirky little neighborhood. But Fremont also has access to Lake Union, has a great Sunday farmers market, and it's very bike friendly. It's best for people that are going to Amazon and Google, very close to that. Anyone creative that's very artsy, and people who just kind of appreciate a little weirdness in their kombucha. It's very close to the University of Washington, and there are a lot of fun shops. And yes, they just got a Chipotle. Adjacent to Fremont is Wallingford, which is like craftsman charm, right near Gasworks Park. And if Fremont is like Seattle's cool cousin, Wallingford is the charming one with a garden and a library card and a compost bin. It's a little quieter than its neighbors, but still walkable, especially along 45th Street, where you'll find cute cafes and the famous Dick's Drive-In hamburger joint. I feel like those, I don't know why they're called Dick's, but they have several locations now. And I know like my mom used to go there when she was younger and everything. So they've been around for a long time. And most homes in this area are like early 1900s bungalows with front porches, which is great for connecting with the neighbors. It's great for families. It's great for remote workers. It's great for people who are looking for charm and a chill lifestyle. I showed a home here last month that had really cool like built-in bookshelves and a backyard fig tree and a little shed. And those types of properties can sell really quickly, and sometimes they need a lot of work, but that could be a fun project too. Okay, now let's talk about Capitol Hill, the famous and infamous Capitol Hill. You've got art, you've got energy, you've got nightlife, you've got a community college, you've got hospitals. Capitol Hill is where Seattle happens. It's the city's cultural pulse, just up the hill from downtown Seattle. You've got historic mansions on Millionaire's Row. You've got modern apartments with rooftop decks. You've got drag shows, punk bands, rainbow crosswalks. You've got evening views overlooking the Seattle city skyline and Puget Sound beyond. So don't move here if you want peace and quiet, but if you love diversity, creativity, nightlife, can be really electric. The last client that I had move here was a professional artist. There are a lot of students here. I used to go hang out on the main drag and stuff when I was in high school. I don't know if I would do that anymore. There used to be a really great salsa dancing club there, and a lot of young professionals are in this area. It feels very extroverted and like flamboyant to me. Go, you be you kind of a thing. And it's also one of the most filmed neighborhoods in Seattle. It's kind of fun if you're watching some movies, maybe you'll see something you recognize. Okay, next neighborhood is Queen Anne. And I've been spending a lot of time in Queen Anne, which is just north of the Space Needle on a hill, Queen Anne Hill. They've got elegant views, elegant homes, and it's just a really nice area. They've got good views of the Space Needle, downtown Seattle, and Puget Sound. Now, Queen Anne Hill itself is kind of split up into Upper Queen Anne and Lower Queen Anne, and both offer different flavors of class. So Upper Queen Anne is peaceful, historic, full of elegant homes with like sweeping views, Space Needle, Puget Sound. Lower Queen Anne is busier. It's closer to the city, so you've got more condos, restaurants, the Seattle City Center, Opera Hall, and things like that. A bit of a more nightlifey vibe. So this is a great place for established professionals, families. I mean, I've been looking at $2 and $3 million homes there with great views that are really nice. So anyone who wants a wow factor view with neighborhood charm and a renowned address, this is a great place to go. Okay, neighborhood number 7, I mostly just think of as the U district, but you've got some sort of sub areas there like Bryant and Ravenna. And this is where you're going to have a lot of academic energy meeting leafy living. It's very green. So the UW, University of Washington campus, gives this whole area a youthful buzz. I think we've got about 60,000 students at that school. So a lot of professors live nearby. There's the hospital at the UW. There's the nearby children's hospital. A lot of doctors in the area, a lot of expensive places around here. But the surrounding neighborhoods like Bryant and Ravenna feel like quiet, safe, established. You'll find classic homes, top-rated schools, and some of the city's most beautiful trees in the fall. So this is a really good place for professors and people tied into the university, grad students, healthcare workers, and people tied into hospital life, as well as families who want Seattle access without the chaos. So if you're relocating to Seattle and you want help picking the right neighborhood for your lifestyle and budget, grab my Seattle relocation guide. It's totally free and packed with commute maps, schools, data, tips, etc. So you can get the link in the show notes for that. So now I'm going to go through a few quick honorable mentions, just in case none of these is in your price range or don't strike you right. You can look at some other options. So for neighborhood vibe, Madison Park, upscale, lakefront on Lake Washington, quiet, refined, expensive. Okay, Finney Ridge near the zoo. It's got a suburban feel with artsy touches. Laurelhurst, very expensive. Waterfront luxury meets family-oriented charm. In South Lake Union, and by the Amazon headquarters, Google has a building down there. You're going to have a high-rise urban vibe. There are a lot of condos along Lake Union over there. So which neighborhood is right for you? Well, picking a Seattle neighborhood is like picking a Hogwarts house. No one's better. It's just different. So if you want art plus action, Capitol Hill or Fremont. If you want peace plus porch swings, Wallingford or Green Lake. If you want luxury views, Queen Anne, Madison Park. Remember, your neighborhood is your lifestyle. So don't just look at the house, walk the block, go to the grocery store, try the library, talk to the neighbors, and see how it feels. So now that you know some of the coolest neighborhoods in Seattle, which ones are actually affordable? Well, watch the next video where I break down Seattle's best neighborhoods for your budget and what $800,000 gets you in each one.